Okay, so now we are in game, and we're just going to log in like we do in regular Company of Heroes. So just log in, make sure that you have the profile selected that you used on the website. That's very important, and that's it. Now we're in regular. You can tell we're in the mod because it's got this custom logo up here in the top left. And now we're just gonna hit multiplayer. Alright, so now we're in the lobby. As you can see, there's no games up. So what you're going to do is just host this game, since there's no games up, like you do a regular game. Just like classic match, put your game name as whatever. And then hit create game, just like a regular game. Nothing different about this. So, we've got our game up now. Switch to our side, like we are in the website. I was where mocked, so I switch down to axis and go where mocked. And I'm just going to select a map. Let's do... what map should we do? Say Mir Dumont. There we go. Okay, so now we're in a game. And we just gotta wait for our teammate. Alright, so now our teammate is in the game. Everything's good to go. Our win condition is on OMG MCP mode by standard. It doesn't matter. Starting location you can change it to fixed if you want, and starting resources does not matter at all. So it doesn't matter if you have high or low resources on. We also have an Operation Market Garden VP mode. It works on some maps. It's a special VP mode. Check it out sometime if you like. But we're just gonna do regular. Alright, so he's readied up. We're good to go. We're now starting the battle. Okay, so we are now in game. As you can see, so far there's really nothing different for Eco. You may notice though you have no base buildings. Well, we've got no base buildings, so how do I get stuff on? Well, it's real easy. You made those platoons in the website, as you remember. So what you're going to do to call those on is go down here to the bottom right. And you see you've got these tabs here. Those correspond to the tabs that we had on the website where we put those platoons in. So since I put one in the first tab here on the website, blam. Click that, it now shows me my platoon. It even lists all the stuff I have in it for me. So for example, it says I got Grenadier, KCH, and a Pioneer, 12 population. So we're going to click that, and then click it over here. And then, voila, our stuff comes on the field. Just like that. And this applies for any kind of platoon you come on. It's just you just click it, select where you want it to go, and they come right on the field. Alright, so now we've got our troops on the field, and what we're going to do is cap some territory. Quickly move! Now you may notice right away here that there are no control points anywhere. And you may also be scratching your head at this. Well, that's because Operation Market Garden uses a different capping system than Vico. Basically, all you have to do is send your men in the field into the sector. So, for example, you can see the sector cuts off there. I'm going to send that Pioneer to go cap it. And after a minute, the sector will be mine. That's it. No capping points. You just put your guys in the sector. Now, to hold a sector from the enemy taking it, you just have to keep a squad in the sector while they have guys in the sector. So that's it. It's very simple. To cap a sector while the enemy's in it, you just have to make sure the enemy's not in it. So, real simple capping system in OMG. Alright, now you may have noticed that the enemy lead elements have a rise thing just popped up on the tab. That's because in Operation Market Garden, you will get a defense timer sometimes. Now what that means is that one side will have a few minutes to set up defenses and get their forces into the map, while the other side waits. And there's also a defensive artillery deployment. That means you can't move up too fast or too close to the enemy spawn while there's a defensive timer. But, alright, so, we're in this city, our enemy's incoming, let's take up defensive positions. Alright, so, as you can see, these sectors are all capped on the map. That's just simple ways of capping. Let's put our Grenadier squad in the building. Quickly. Oh, the first enemies of the game have been spotted. So my opponent is British, and they've brought on some Tommies. Since they just got regular infantry, let's send our squads in to engage.
Go! Ready! Okay!
Now, the enemy's gotten in the building, but that's okay, I can still outgun them. Now, as you can see, there's no stat changes here. This is all just regular vanilla Company of Heroes gameplay. Alright, so blam, just like that, the enemy threat's been dealt with.
Grenadiers, displaced from here!
Uh-oh, the enemy's just brought on a Cromwell to deal with us, though. And you may be wondering why the enemy got a tank on so early. Well, that's simply because in OMG there are no tech trees or anything. You can call out anything you want, anytime you want. So, I'm starting to lose men here. I've only got one Panzerschreck. That's not a great counter to a whole tank. Nope, my KCH is almost dead. So, what I'm going to do is just pull everything out before I take too many losses. So what I'm going to do is just hit retreat like I do normally. And everything is going to start running back to my spawn. Alright, so as you can see, very simple. Everything just disappears once it's gone. So, now that I know the enemy has a tank, let's call out our tank. Alright, our upgraded Panzer IV is on the field. Now the enemy's probably licking his wounds and repairing, but one big change from Vico that you may notice is that armor takes a much longer time to repair in OMG. So keep that in mind for repairing your armor. Alright, let's do some tank hunting. Enemy P4 spotted. Or rather, enemy Cromwell. Good thing the enemy doesn't have a Panzer IV. I've got this engagement in the bag. Main gun destroyed. Let's move in and finish it. No escape for you, Cromwell. Blam. Cromwell destroyed. Alright. So now, our P4 is taking some damage after that fight. As we finish off these Tommies, you think, well, my P4 had actually gotten some decent kills. He's killed a Cromwell and is about to kill these two Tommy squads here. So, maybe we should pull him off, keep the veterancy. So what we're going to do now is just pull our Panzer IV right back to spawn. Now, as this Panzer IV is coming back, you may be wondering, how do you retreat a vehicle? There is no retreating of infantry in Vico, or retreating of vehicles in Vico. Well, there's no retreat button, but all you have to do is sending back to where your spawn is, which is right here for me. It doesn't matter which way he's facing. And then right here, you'll see this toggle off-map retreat button. All you do, click that button. Blam. P4's off the field. I get to play with him another day. Saves all those kills that he got. So, that's it. That's a standard OMG game. Much simplified for you, but hopefully that can get you started. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you in Operation Martin Garden very soon. Till then, have a good night.